season series. This is the rubber game. Both teams have won 4 in the season series. Kind of a windy night here at Dodger Stadium under overcast skies. Temperature is hot, 94 degrees. The humidity is 62%. The winds are kicking up to about 20 miles per hour, windier than it usually is here at Dodger Stadium. And the Dodgers are taking the field. Terry Francona's starting lineup for the Phils tonight. Doug Glanville in center field lead off. Kevin Sepsic, right fielder, bats second. Scott Rowland at third base will hit third. Kevin Jordan, first base, batting fourth. Mark Lewis at second base hits fifth. Wendell McGee, the left fielder, batting sixth. Bobby Estalella will catch and hit seventh. Desi Relapert at shortstop, batting eighth. Tyler Green, the pitcher, hitting ninth. Glenn Hoffman's defense for the Dodgers. Adrian Beltre will be at third base. Mark Gresselanic at shortstop. Juan Castro at second. Eric Karros at first. Charles Johnson catching. Roger Cedeno on left field. Raul Mondesi in center. Matt Luke in right, and on the mound is 27-year-old Carlos Perez.
Carlos Perez is 7-13 with the 4.13 earned run average in 29 starts. He's got 198 in the third innings, 216 hits, 91 earned runs. He's walked 53, struck out 96. He's also given up 18 home runs. Opponents are hitting 278 off him. Lefty's 302. It kind of takes away that split finger and changeup from him. Righties at 272. And with the Dodgers are 0-6 in his 6 starts since they got him here. With the Dodgers himself, he's 0-3. His record is 0-3, but that earned run average 5.91, 35 innings, 39 hits, which is probably about right for him, but 20 walks is a lot.
He has pitched well against the Phillies. He is 2-1 this year against the Phillies with a 1.27 ERA. The umpires for tonight's game. The crew chief Terry Tata will call the balls and strikes. Wally Bell at first base. Jerry Meals at second and Paul Nard at third. There you see the Dodgers 1 game under 500. The Phillies are 7 under 500. Phillies hitting better than Los Angeles. Los Angeles not scoring a whole lot of runs this year. Only Pittsburgh and Montreal, Arizona, and Florida scored fewer runs than the Dodgers, but their pitching has been pretty good. Their staff ERA is 6th best in the league. Doug Glanville leads it off for the Phillies.
That offense of the Dodgers has not helped Carlos Perez. He's gotten the 2nd worst run support in the National League. It's combined with Montreal also. You see Blair with the Yankees with the lowest. I mean with the Mets, I'm sorry, and Perez second there at 3.17.
Bouncing ball cut off by Beltre, and he throws out Doug Glanville. Well, Glanville is out on a ground ball that Beltre wisely cut off. Would have been a tough play for Gresselanic. That'll bring up Kevin Sepsic. 48th anniversary wishes tonight to Joe and Doris Martin in Philadelphia. Also celebrating their 48th anniversary are Ernest and Betty Wooldridge of Wilmington, Delaware. 1-0 to Kevin Sepsic. Two balls and no strikes. Gene Palmore of Brookhaven, Pennsylvania, here for the series against the Dodgers. Javi Abreu getting the night off against this left-hander. Two balls and a strike to Kevin Sepsic. Sepsic's really had a good month of August in 20 games. He had .433. He fouls it down the first base side out of play. 2-2. Change-up hit on the ground to deep shortstop. Gresselanic got Sepsic by his stride. That's 2 down. And we'll bring up Scott Rowland. Carlos Perez is the 5th brother to pitch in the major leagues. Pascual pitched in the major leagues. Melito, Valerio for Kansas City, Vladimir, and Carlos at age 27. His other 4 brothers were right-handed. Roland lofts a high foul out of play.
Speaking of Vladimir, he just got a new contract. Was it a 4 or 5 year deal? I think, wasn't it?
That was Guerrero.
Vladimir.
I was talking about Vladimir Perez.
Boy,
Carlos's brother.
Vapor lock.
But yes, Vladimir Guerrero did sign a 5-year, $28.5 million contract.
How about Vladimir Perez? what did he get?
He is now out of baseball. High pop into shallow right field. Coming on is Luke, and he makes the play. The 1-2-3 inning for Carlos Perez. No runs, hits, errors, and none left. After 1.5, Phil's nothing. Dodgers coming. Bills failed in the top half of the first. Glenn Hoffman's starting lineup for the Dodgers in the bottom half of the first. Roger Cedeno left field leads off. Mark Ressalonic at shortstop at second. Raul Mondesi center fielder hitting third. Eric Karros at first base bats fourth. Matt Luke in right field hitting fifth. Adrian Beltre, the third baseman, bats sixth. Charles Johnson catching hitting seventh. Juan Castro at second base bats eighth. Carlos Perez, the pitcher, hitting ninth. Phillies lineup defensively with Scott Rowland at third, Desi Relaford shortstop, Mark Lewis at second, Kevin Jordan at first. Bobby Estelle at catching, Wendell McGee in left field, Doug Glanville in center, and Kevin Sefcik in right, and Tyler Green on the mound.
Tyler's coming off of that great game in San Francisco after being out for a month. 6-8. He's a 4.65 earned run average, 133 2/3 innings, 114 hits. Walks still have always been kind of high for Tyler. Opponents hitting 231 off of him.
Doesn't have enough innings to qualify for the league leaders, but that would be fifth in the league. Dodgers have hit him kind of hard this year. He has lost 2 games to Dodgers, one to Chonho Park here at Dodger Stadium. Line drive into right field. Sefcik hardly has to move, and Roger Cedeno is retired. Dodgers have hurt him with a long ball. They have hit 4 home runs off him this year. Todd Zeile, now departed, hit 1. Raul Mondesi hit 2, and Eric Karros hit 1. Here's Gressalonic hitting at 273. Joseph Servino, formerly worked at Shibe Park, celebrating a birthday tomorrow. Originally from Kensington, now living in Merchantville, New Jersey. Joseph, 87 years of age. Mark McGwire has hit 2 more tonight as St. Louis bombed Florida 14-4, and he now has 59. Wow. Big Mac could probably reach it in a week.
Sosa with his 56 today also.
Cubs will stay on top of the National League wild card race.
We're seeing a guy right there, that number 28, who has given up a home run to each of those 2 hitters this year. 2 to Sammy Sosa in 1 game. Also gave up 1 to McGwire. One of 2 Phillies pitchers that have given up a home run to both Sosa and McGwire this year.
3-1 here to Mark Gressalonic. Walked in. Too many walks for Tyler. That's the 67th base on balls he has issued. Dodgers have not hit all that well at 253. Only Florida, Montreal, and Arizona have hit lower. Their homers are up there at 138. Not bad. They're third in the league in stolen bases with 119. Here's Raul Mondesi. Hitting at 283, 29 home runs, 4 for 16 against Tyler Green. 4 for 15 rather. 2 of those 4 have been home runs hit this year. A ball and no strikes. Sent along our best to Charlie Rowan, the Banjo Man, security guard, the Philadelphia Phillies Veterans Stadium press box area. Charlie having a cardiac catheterization test. Passed it well, we understand. 1-1 the count to Raul Mondesi. We're in the bottom of the first, 0-0. Close play at first base. Kresolanic diving back safely.
He just got back too. Tyler's shown a quick move. The key to it is quick feet. Those feet, see how quick they are. Boy, you know what? I think Kevin Jordan tagged too soon. He tried to make a little sweep there, and
Kresolanic goes. Has to lay his throw. Bounces up there. Hits the runner. Stolen base. Kresolanic, his 16th. Only Houston and Pittsburgh has stolen more bases this year than the Dodgers.
Kresolanic got a pretty good jump. Esty comes up. Decent pitch to throw on. Bounces up a little short. So they're trying to get Esty to have quick feet down there and not be so long with his arm. He does. It looks like he's slow. I mean, he feels like he's quick, but he's trying to get a little different footwork going.
2 balls and a strike to Mondesi. The knuckle curve comes over the top of his head. 3-1.
Well, this is something last week Tyler had pretty good command of, that knuckle curve. This one just gets away, and good thing Mondesi got down as low as he did, because that ball kept following his head.
3 balls and a strike to Raul Mondesi. Gave him a 3-1 knuckle curve. It looked like a full count to him. Not giving in to Mondesi, who has hit a couple of home runs off Tyler.
Well, it could be a changeup or a knuckle curve. I think that was a changeup where he just got in front. That's the one pitch that Tyler, when he gets in trouble, when he needs to throw a strike, he'll throw that. He's shown he's at probably better command of that than his fastball or knuckle curve.
Gave another off-speed pitch and struck him out. So that's out number 2.
The changeup again. This is something that, you know, Tyler's had great command of that this year. It's the one pitch that he can go to when he's struggling with his fastball and knuckle curve.
Brings on Eric Karras, who's hitting at .286. 20 homers, 78 RBIs. One strike to Karras. Lawrence Fields of Limerick, Pennsylvania, celebrating an 81st birthday on this September 2nd.
And a happy 52nd birthday to William Buzz Arnold from his wife Judy and the kids Bill, Pat, and Mary Ann. Buzz and Judy have been big Phil's fans their whole life, from Trooper, PA.
2-1 the count to Eric Karras. Kresolanic at second base. 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. A 0-0 game. Hit pretty well to right field. Sepsik back, leaps up, makes a great catch to end the inning. What a fine play by Kevin Sepsik. Against the fence, timed his leap perfectly, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. After 1, it's 0-0.
Will lead it off. He's the right fielder, followed by Adrian Beltre and then Charles Johnson. Luke hit a changeup off the end of the bat, a fly ball to Sepsik in right field. Seth made a real good play early in this game. A ball hit by Eric Karras. Looked like it might even be a home run when it left the bat. Bobby Estalella behind the plate. Mark Parent with a, what's that word? Subluxation? What anyway? His shoulder
the
popped
sublux
out.
thing on his left shoulder.
Yeah, it popped out. So Bobby catching tonight. And Gary Bennett has joined the ball club, so the Phillies are okay with catching right now, as they got Gary Bennett here in a hurry. And Terry Francona said he'd like to get him into some games. Bennett, that is. Over for a strike with a breaking ball. I know you had Gary in the minor leagues.
Excellent catch.
Luke golfs that ball to deep right field, and this one's going to go.
Sepsic just a little too short to pull that one back.
Yeah, he wasn't going to get to that one. It looked like he might have hit a changeup too. Tyler's been throwing a lot of changeups tonight, and Luke hit that low pitch out of here. That's his 10th home run of the year. Dodgers take a 1-0 lead.
That's one thing. I said it last inning. You start throwing changeups when you can't get. You got 3 pitches. You're not getting 2 of them over. They'll look for the one you're getting over, and I think that's what he did right there. He just sat back. Of course, he likes the ball. Matt Luke likes the ball down and in. Actually likes the ball down, period. That's what it is. Fastball down low, probably out of the strike zone, but middle of the plate, and he just golfs it. Left-handers like that ball down there.
Yeah, you can't throw it low enough for a lot of them. So Luke with the home run, giving the Dodgers. Tyler Green will deal to Carlos Perez, and then the top of the order, Roger Cedeno and Mark Grassolonic. Perez a big swing and a miss. He struck out his first time up. He has struck out 26 times in 59 at bats this year. And he hurt his shoulder a little bit on that wild swing.
It's a changeup. The same thing he did the first pitches last time up. Tyler threw him a changeup.
Carlos Perez has hit a couple of major league home runs. Actually, he's hit 3, including one this year. He hit one off Mike Williams one day at Veterans Stadium. Two balls and 1 strike. Terry Tate doing a good job behind the plate as always. Hardly ever notice him back there.
He does a good job
Yep.
back. Good ball and strike umpire.
He is. I mean, Terry's one of those guys that, you know, he just does the game, and when it's over you think, oh, Terry Tate was back there. He did another good job. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the count full at 3-2.
I think Terry's one of those guys that just is very consistent all the time.
Yeah, that's low when he walked him. So Tyler Green walks. Carlos Perez, the lead off the inning. Terry Francona a little upset. Hey, congratulations to Bruce and Kim Watson on the birth of their first child. Rebecca Faith, born yesterday at 10:30, 7 pounds 1 ounce. Bruce and Kim work with us here on the telecast and have for a lot of years, so we send our best to them and look forward to them getting back on the telecast again next season. Roger Cedeno, the batter. He's lined out to Kevin Sepsic in right field, grounded out to Mark Lewis at second. Phillies play the infield a double play down. Hit well to left center. That's going to find an open space. Perez, a good athlete, coming around third. Joey Malfitano is going to wave him. Relaford's relay is late, and a double and an RBI for Roger Cedeno. 2-0 Dodgers.
What made that possible for Carlos Perez to score there is Wendell McGee was playing him way over to the opposite field towards the left field line, and he actually hits this ball well. I'm not sure if it went off the wall or hit the warning track, but he hit it well. Tyler Green gets that fastball up high. Glanville playing him over that way too, but the ball slicing towards the left field side. As it hits out there, McGee gets to it and gets it in a hurry. Carlos Perez, you said, Will's good athlete, runs well. They really had no chance for him at the plate.
I mean, that does not look like a pitcher running. No offense.
No, I can't agree more.
That was some really good base running by Carlos Perez, especially with nobody out, because a lot of times you're going to play it safe.
You saying I didn't run like that?
Nor do you now.
Nor will I ever.
Now Roland can't get that one. And they're going to wave Cedeno around. McGee's throw is late. Grassolonic safe at second. All kinds of bad things happening in this inning. 3-0 in favor of the Dodgers. 3 straight batters have reached base. Give Grassolonic a single, an RBI, and second on the throw.
Wendell makes a good throw here. He comes in. He's playing him over the other side a little more, but he comes in, gets it, makes a little hop, and a strong throw to the plate. But just not going to get it with the speed. Now Gresselanek, as the throw comes in, he sees it, the throw's going in there. He was kind of out in no man's land and went ahead and took off at second and just gets there.
Galen Cisco on his way to the mound, and the Phillies bullpen starting to stir around. You see 6 hits now for the Dodgers as Gresselanek knocks in his 49th run of the year and his 8th since coming over to the Dodgers. He's been a little bit of a disappointment to them. But he's having a good game here tonight with a walk and 2 singles, and Mike Grace gets up and starts to throw.
All right, leadoff walk to the pitcher will kill you just about every time.
Yeah, it's almost always a prescription for trouble, and it's been big trouble. Scott Rowland was playing up then for Gresselanek in case Gresselanek might try to dump a bunt. He had no chance to get that bullet hit by him, as you see Green at 77 pitches, and not a good ball strike ratio.
No, not at all. 42 strikes, 35 balls, and that's, you can't be there. And I tell you, the one thing that Tyler Green does not have, to me, is he does not have confidence in his fastball. And he's not getting his knuckle curve over tonight, so he's got 1 pitch to go to, and that's a changeup. And you go through the lineup one time, and these guys are watching. They know from the bench, from the on-deck circle, they know you're not getting things over.
Mondesi got a change up there, looked like, or a breaking ball, and hit it on the end of the bat. Right to Desi on 1 hop, so Gresselanek cannot advance, and Mondesi's retired for the first out of the inning.
I think this might be a knuckle curve he gets from him. It is, and it's a good one. Mondesi loves that first pitch fastball. He gets it right off the end of the bat. Doesn't hit it well, but that's what Tyler Green's got to do, is get that knuckle curve over. But he's got to throw fastballs. He's got to use his fastball.
Well, they thought he was a little short with his fastball the other night in San Francisco, but he had a good curveball and changeup. He had 2 pitches.
But even if you don't want to throw it for strikes, you have to throw it around the zone sometimes, just to get him off of your other stuff.
Starts Karras with one there, and it's ball 1. Karras hit that ball to right field, in which Sefcik climbed the wall, made a great play in the first inning. Then he grounded into a fielder's choice. Two and 0, base open with Matt Luke on deck, but Luke homered his last time up, and he's a left-handed hitter. There is Matt Luke playing in right field, as Gary Sheffield now out officially for the entire season with a bad ankle. So Luke will get a lot of playing time. That's a wild pitch. Gresselanek moves over to third. The Phillies will have to bring the infield in now with just 1 out, and the count 3-0 to Karras.
Tyler has gone to another delivery all of a sudden. Now he's taking that ball out over his knee, which he hadn't done all night. He's done it the last couple pitches, and that's the thing that Tyler has got to get to a point in his delivery where, I mean, you say it over and over. It's like every week. He's got to get to a point where he is comfortable and stay with it. That one different again.
And he walks on ball 4. Second walk of the inning. Third of the game.
Right fielder, number 40, Matt.
And here comes Matt Luke, and here's what he did last time.
Gets a low changeup, real low. He golfs it out to right. Sefcik goes back. There's no chance for him to do anything but watch it go about 8 rows into the seats. But if you're hitting or pitching and you got to think about what you're doing with your mechanics, you don't have much of a chance of being successful.
And there's the first pitch changeup, and Luke swings and misses. And Matt Luke with 10 home runs as far as rookies go. He's 5th best. And another swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch, 0-2.
Looks like Tyler's knuckle curve here after throwing a first pitch changeup. Gets a knuckle curve. That's a good one there.
Runners at the corner and one away. A couple runs in. And misses with a breaking ball high. 1-2. Luke with the Dodgers early in the year, then traded to Cleveland. Didn't stay with Cleveland very long, and Dodgers got him right back. Nubs a changeup or a breaking ball off the end of the bat. Foul down the third baseline. But Tyler is staying away from fastballs to Luke in this at bat. Wicked foul down the first baseline. Mark Resselanic on at third base and Eric Karras at first as Terry Francona pacing around in the dugout as his starting pitcher struggling here in the 5th inning. There are the base runners. And still just one out. Got him. Struck out Luke. He was not going to get a fastball to hit in that at bat. 2 away.
He throws a good changeup here. He's got, I mean, good movement, good mechanics on the changeup, and it's the one thing I really believe if he would do that same thing with his fastball, just use it, hold the fastball grip, and throw the ball, he's going to have more success. But it all comes down to me so much to confidence for the most part, and then you lose that confidence, and Tyler Green wants to start changing things out on the mound.
Adrian Beltre, the batter, he's popped up foul and grounded out. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. So in this inning, he started to throw his knuckle curve for strikes. As Larry mentioned, he had not thrown it for strikes a whole lot prior to this, and yet he's gotten hurt in this inning with a couple of runs. But it started when he walked the pitcher Carlos Perez. Misses with a fastball. 1-1.
So he does pull off that fastball. He pulls it across, sometimes across his body, and I think it just becomes a thing of just uncertain with it.
Breaking ball and swing and a miss. These Dodgers have a lot of guys who swing hard, and they are a lineup set up to get out with off-speed stuff. But as you mentioned, you have to have your fastball to set this stuff up.
There's a swing. I mean, they do. You're exactly right. And but you have to use your fastball to get them to do that.
There's a fastball, and he misses outside with it. 2-2.
Even if he doesn't throw his fastball for a strike, if it's that close, you put it in their mind. But if it's not in their mind, then I mean, if you're not close with it, they don't even. It's not even something they think about.
Breaking ball, and he fouls it off Escalé at the plate, and he's stunned a little bit.
Come up underneath him, maybe. Oh no!
Toe.
I thought the backswing of the helmet. I mean the bat.
Is that what got him? I thought it hit his foot.
No, maybe it is. No, right off the tip of the toe, maybe.
Oh, you're right, and he got hit with the bat. He got a double shot there. He got it off the foot, and then the bat hit him. Nice going. Took 3 replays.
Well, here's the backswing, and that didn't look like it hit him there.
And there goes Beltre down on strikes. The Tyler Green recovers, but still gives up 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits, 1 costly walk, 2 walks overall, and it's 3-0.
7th, or they're available now at Veterans Stadium. Here is a drive to deep right field, and Eric Karras has just taken Mike Grace out of the ballpark for his 21st home run of the year. It's now 4-0 Los Angeles. Second home run for the Dodgers tonight. And Luke earlier hit one off Tyler Green.
Perez flirted with one out there his first time up tonight, and Sefcik climbed the wall and made a great play. This one a little bit too high for Kevin Sefcik to get to. Grace throws a fastball that was supposed to be away, and it tailed back over the middle of the plate, and Karras just stayed back.
Go to American League scoreboard. The Red Sox got a grand slam from Nomar Garcia-Parra in the ninth inning to beat Seattle 7-3. Texas beat Detroit 5-3. Rick Helling won that one. White Sox over Baltimore 3-2. They had a 2-hour-plus rain delay at Yankee Stadium. They're still playing in the eighth inning. Oakland leads 2-0 behind Gil Heredia. Anaheim slugged out Cleveland 13-5. Frank Jeffries had 4 hits in that ballgame. Toronto shut out Kansas City 5-0 behind Kelvin Escobar. And Tampa Bay beat Minnesota 4-1. Ken Ryan is the Phillies' new pitcher coming on here in the bottom half of the eighth inning for Mike Grace. Ryan appearing in his 12th game. No wins, no losses, 2.87 ERA, 15 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 5 earned runs. He has struck out 10, walked 14. On strike to Juan Castro. Curveball. No balls and 2 strikes to Castro. Bouncing the curveball up there, 1-2. Castro is 1 for 3 on the night. Two and two. Dodgers on top 4-0 here in the bottom of the eighth inning. Castro called out on strikes. Good fastball on the outside corner. That's 1 down. It'll bring on the pitcher Carlos Perez, who was struck out, walked and scored a run, and sacrificed.
Number 33, Carlos Perez.
One strike to Carlos Perez. Low 1-1. Carlos is homered this year off Kevin Millwood of Atlanta. His 3rd career home run. One and 2 the count to Perez. Yankee Stadium is finally over. 2-0. The A's beat New York. Depriving the Yankees of their 100th win this season. Gil Heredia pitching a shutout for Oakland.
If it could be considered a funk, they have actually had a little bit of a downturn. The Yankees in the last 10 days. They lost a few games. They lost 2 in a row. Angels played them tough. Some other teams have played them tough. So it was sooner or later they're going to lose a few games.
Full count now to Carlos Perez.
What they don't want to do, and no team wants to do as good as they've been, is to lose near the end of the season.
Yeah.
They want to go into those playoffs with momentum. There's some really good teams this year. I mean, the playoffs should be great. The Astros are making a little statement against the Braves lately. They beat them a couple games in Houston. They're beating a couple games in Atlanta.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, Randy Johnson went after him pretty